Hi everyone, how you doing? Good to be here. I'm back from Temecula. I went down to the South Coast Winery, not to drink wine, but to see my friend Tris, who, was on my show years ago. He was the drummer for Kenny Loggins and with Al Jarreau and Chicago for 28 years. And him and I went through cancer at the same time. We both supported each other. Anyway, he has this Tristan Bowden yacht rock band, and they are so good. And they have a lot of the people. The difference with their group is they have actual people who did the music in those days. So it was fun seeing him. It was fun listening to him. But in that 3 day period I was gone, everybody and their neighbors saying, "Is he dead? Is he dead?" And it went off like fireworks. People were deciding that there was helicopters landing at the White House and Walter Reed, he was there and all this stuff. But anyway, I will tell you this, he's not dead. And I think you guys just saw him on the news, but he's not healthy either. And he may have had an episode, maybe a trans ischemic attack, the little brain fart or something. But if you saw him today, he's pretty much full of makeup. His hair just keeps falling out. But my sister said, "So do you think he's gone?" And I said, "I can still smell him." And I got a message from my guys I want to tell you guys, okay? So I was driving in a car to the airport, so it was I didn't have anything to write it down. But basically, they were saying that we need to kind of get off that "is he dead" wagon. And this is why, because it interrupts with our well-being. So it's not good to be anxious for someone else's death, even though they're the most horrible person in the whole world. It's not good to do that. So if you can, wipe that out of your head. Allow the universe to take care of business because he's going down. But listen, remember that dream I had with he was being handcuffed? There's a lot of things that are going to happen to him before he's actually exit stage left. And a lot of it will be frustrating because just like with this, I don't see the Supreme Court voting yes for his tariffs. This is really going to be a blow to him. There's a lot of blows coming, and he will lose the midterms to the Democrats. So I've never seen him do the full 4 years. But I had that dream that he was deceased in a coffin. Mel told me he had a dream that the newspaper said Trump is gone. But yeah, we can't wish for it as much as we'd like to. I know sometimes we sit there and think, geez, but you know what? Allow the universe to take care of things. And all this destruction he's doing, this will be taken care of. And the world doesn't like him. There's many people who can't stand him. So I don't want you guys to phobic on this. I don't want you, it's causing disruption in your well-being. And don't wish it either, just allow. Tell the universe, take a deep breath, say, fair enough. I trust you. And I pray that this too shall pass. And that soon we won't, maybe not necessarily in terms of loss of life, but in terms of exit or shamed or thrown out, well, that would be even better. But we shall see. But I will tell you, with all this, the hands, it shows, it's obvious. He's in a chronic position. He's probably got congestive heart failure. He probably had some episode, or maybe even with his breathing. But they give him a big bolus of prednisone, and they give him the medication and make him look alert and awake. And they remember when he used to snort all the time. He was snorting that drug, and then they put it on thick with the face. So yeah, he's got spray paint there. He's In front of the camera, he's looking fine. But yeah, you see the little sneaky look Vance has? He's going TikTok. I don't see it right away. Sorry, you guys. Believe what you need to believe, but try to take a breath and let it happen. Don't be wishing for it. It's not good for your spiritual self. So someone wrote me and asked me, well, you guys have been asking questions. What was that bag? What was thrown out of the White House, that bag? And as soon as I heard about it, it was like a big black bag. I felt like someone was being lazy and did it that way. And the White House got mad at them. Like, how dare you? So when I heard that some construction people did it that way, I felt that's true. It feels like somebody working there thought they'd save some time instead of dragging it all the way downstairs and threw it out the window, thus causing the White House. White House is very mad about it. That's what I get. Okay. Well, the a question from Bella, from Groovy Frog. I like that. Will the administration be held accountable for deceiving the public this past week? Not now. Okay, the accountability will happen more towards midterms. I'm sorry, I know everybody's saying we can't wait that long, but they're going to get a lot of no's from the courts. And even if he tries to be, oh, we don't have to listen to them, it's still going to affect his confidence because he's doing things illegally. And this whole let me look if he actually sends in troops to Chicago. They're doing a lawsuit also. I don't know why. I feel the Supreme Court voting no on him sending troops without a real emergency, and I see no on tariffs. And by the way, the other nations are TikTok. They're watching this, and they're saying, yeah, we'll just wait it out. We're not going to listen to this guy with his tariffs, and we want our money back. Okay. Will he actually send troops to Chicago? Well, here's a no. That's interesting. Crossed by good news. Interesting. There's some sort of, this is like a judgment or attorney or a court. This isn't the president. This is this month of September. Wait for it. Changes are taking place. Endings. I don't know, you guys. Remember the death card showed up all the time when I was reading with Nate. All the time. Somebody's getting ready to go, but I don't think it's Trump quite yet. He's definitely sick, though. You can count on that. But we can't sit there and phobically, oh, look how thick his ink, look how he looks, because he looked bad just now on the news. So, yeah, he doesn't have years at all. Okay, so a lot of judgments coming against Trump all the way up through February. Yeah, guides and angels. How is his health? How is Trump's health doing? He's got all these top brass, these specialists. He does go to Walter Reed, top secret. He goes there because he's being looked at by top people. He can't be looked at by the guy that lost his MD license anyway. The one that was in there before and got all the drugs. His body was really disrupted with drug abuse. He has been using drugs to get zooming and high, and he's hurt himself. He knows this too. When he was talking about heaven, he wasn't joking. When he was talking about heaven, I think he might have had a dream about his parents or something. But he started thinking, geez, but why do a thing sending it to all your people asking for money so you can go to heaven? What's that got to do with anything? And let me tell you something else. Everybody's, his people would be upset. He's got people, but not very many people. He's definitely down, what, to 36% now? Nicole Wallace said he was down to 33% at one time, but I don't know where she got that from. But it's in the 30s, and that's not good. So he's just doing cruel things, and the media just is sucking it up. There's the media on MSNBC. They had some guy go to where a young girl who was an honor student and her poor mother got sent back to Guatemala. I was going to say guacamole. And how she doesn't even speak the language and how awful it is. And you know, it is awful. But he doesn't care. And we keep covering it, but he doesn't care. I guess we want people to see what exactly is going on. That's why people turned against the Vietnam War, because we saw the children being bombed and stuff. It was terrible. By the way, Zelensky just got done saying that. So Zelensky and his nation are hitting Russia where it counts. But also Russia's hitting them with 50, 60 drones during the daylight. They're just hitting randomly. And he wanted people to know that. It's just really sad. They said, oh, he wants a ceasefire. No, he doesn't. So let's look at this China and all this stuff. They're laughing at the United States. They think Trump is a putz. And no, Putin didn't poison him. Not at all. It's funny how we can jump. If you want to believe that, that's fine too. But it's funny how we jump. Actually, you know, Putin doesn't mind. He doesn't like Trump, but Putin doesn't mind Trump in there because he's a putz. He's a nobody. He can get him to play however he wants to play. So remember that. I'm going to be speaking facts, you guys. Okay, here we go. So now, thank you guys for all these questions. Vance may get in there just a little bit, but his numbers are worse than Trump's and nobody likes him. So, I mean, I think we're going to have 2028 is when the new president's going to be in. 2028 is when we vote for a new president. And I see whoever this new president, I'll look more closely to the time if it's Gavin Newsom, then it's him, but it's going to be by a landslide. Yes, Epstein's victims are definitely, they're testifying now. This is what I also was wanting to tell you. They're testifying now to Congress, and that Massey is on this. He's a Republican, but he's saying, I want the list released. And apparently they subpoenaed the estate. The estate says they're going to give them the information. I saw a holdup with it, but they said they will. So I don't know if Trump will try to play something, but you know Trump's got to be really shook up that all this is coming out. So he'll be looking for something else to do. It may be Venezuela. They may decide to hit Venezuela just to kind of get people looking over there. He does anything he can. Do you remember when we hit weapons of mass destructions, Hassan Hussein, or whatever his name was? And he was a terrible man. I was reading about his son, who was even worse. He was vicious. He was ugly. He was a pedophile. He was chasing after women. And so they needed to go, but there was no weapons of mass destruction. Okay, but remember how him and his vice president, they kept putting that thing up, we're at such and such yellow, or we're at red, when they were saying we could be hit anytime. And they played with that for a little bit. I don't know if you guys remembered it. And he played with it enough that I even stood there and said, wait a second. These guys are deliberately doing this. This isn't true. And sure enough, right after that, people were complaining and they stopped it because they were doing it when Bush's numbers would drop. Hell to the yeah. You know, Trump made a remark about RFK. He said he talked to the bigwig from Pfizer, and he said he showed me the numbers. He said they were quite impressive of how many lives have been saved by these inoculations, these vaccines. And even Gavin Newsom in an interview said, I'll give something to Trump that was extremely wonderful. The way he worked on those vaccines to make sure they were accessible for everybody. He said that saved a lot of lives. A lot of lives were still lost because he tried to deny it. But once those vaccines were going, he said he gave Trump credit for that. He said, I will give him credit. And you know Trump heard that. So anyway, Trump's talking to the guy from Pfizer. He said, dude, tell me what's going on. And he said, make this public. I don't know if they did make it public and no one read it. He said, you got to get this out into the community. He said, help RFK Jr. lose his job. So if they get this going to the public or people start getting sick that catch this virus, this may be the ending, because a lot of you guys are asking, when is he going to go? I do see him going, by the way. I heard the word overkill, so I don't know what he got. He makes a comment about something, and I think Trump just shakes his head. I think Trump likes him, but he needs a doctor in there. He doesn't need a conspiracy. RFK, what's the 411 on RFK? What's the 411 on RFK? Yeah, he'll end up, look at that death card all the time. He'll end up overblowing it. He's going to put himself in the corner. Illness is around him. He's going to get cut. Might be in the winter time. Made an ass out of himself and blew himself out of the water. Interesting. FYI, write that down. I didn't look at Trump's health. I'll do the prediction deck. I know he's not healthy, okay? That you can be assured of. But if he wasn't on the news today, I would have said to you, put down the party favors. He's not going to die quite yet. And the guide said, shh, be careful about thinking that. Because there's been people in our lives, you know, that you can't stand, and sometimes you hate them so bad you wish they were DEAD. And you got to be careful with that kind of thinking. It's not very healthy. Tell me about his health. He's going back and forth. There's one particular doctor that feels like he really knows what he's doing. He's been told he's not good at all, okay? I thought maybe they'd keep it from him, but they're really giving him, you know, packets of stuff that's keeping him going. He's following instructions, believe it or not, but it's really hard. They're telling him not to eat the foods he likes. He don't like that. He likes his Big Mac. But he's got the bird of paradise sitting on his shoulder. So he's making money. He likes that. But he's crossing over a difficult time. And be sure to watch Andre and Ness, because they looked at his chart. I think he really starts going downhill towards the end of the year next year. Let's just do the prediction deck real good. Just give it to a straight prediction deck. Did you see Australia's not going to ship to us anymore? Everybody's mad at Trump. What can you tell me about Trump's health? We're not wishing for the death, so don't get mad at us. We just want to know. We just want to know. Future time, planned outcome. So this could be planned outcome with spirits or with karma, explosive situation. I don't see Trump, I don't know. I don't see him, getting hit by a terrorist or anything. I feel like we go to sleep and then in the morning we get the news, is what I'm getting. Let me ask real quick. Will Trump die because of an accident or murdered? No. Will he pass because of ill health? Definitely yes. Will we get the news right after he's dead? No. Will we get the news soon after? Yes. Will he still be president when he crosses? Yes. So whatever happens, we'll get it. Probably not that day. They'll have to sit and talk amongst themselves because they sit and talk amongst themselves about how to cover up. I don't know if you saw that pizza went up through the roof to the White House because in the Congress because they were all meeting about something. I think it was over Trump's out. But like I said, they give him packets of something, like the Z packs, but it's a pack to help him feel better. Maybe he was at Walter Reed because they were giving him extra strength, because that's hard on your kidneys. Extra strength, diaz, I just lost anyway to get rid of fluids, Lasix. So, oh, by the way, my appointment with urology is this Thursday. It's so funny. You guys, what show was that where they said due to a mistake in urology, there will be no apple juice served today? Will the Ukraine situation improve after the removal of the Orange Menace? I think before the Orange Menace goes, it will improve. And listen, did you hear? Apparently, Trump told Netanyahu, you're falling out of Congress's favor. They just don't give a what about you anymore. Yeah, Netanyahu's going down too. I can't wait. They threw out trash out of the window. Some sort of trash. It could be contracting trash, or it could have been diapers or something. But whatever they threw out the window, they did not have permission to do that. And I don't know who did it or what happened, but I feel they got reamed or fired. The federal judge ruled National Guard in California is unconstitutional. Absolutely. Will that hold? Absolutely, because he's going to go take it to the Supreme Court. Oh, I want you guys to know Lulu is doing so good. Dr. Monarez from the CDC, will she get her job back? Her firing was illegal. They don't care. And listen, whenever you take that to the Supreme Court, anything on firing, they always treat it like he doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to fire it. But I think he's looking at RFK right now, so she may get her job back. Let me double check. We need people who are actually doctors in there. We don't need this whack job. And I do feel that whoever the Pfizer guy was, plus he slid money under the table, but I do feel he had good numbers, and Trump wants him to let it be known. Here's the job offer back. She has to wait for a little bit. Karmic star, cutting out the riffraff, a passion for what she does, good health concerns, raking in just rewards. This isn't Trump. This is a man, a good man. This isn't Trump or RFK. And the emperor overseeing it. So this is the CDC will survive all this crap. And good people will be back in there. Okay. Uh, Grandma said timing is not on our side, but can we expect some kind of normalcy? Well, let me tell you something. By Thanksgiving or Christmas, somebody just said Thanksgiving, things should get a little better. But let me tell you something. Define normalness, because as long as he's in office, it's never normal. He is just god awful. So the other problem is every little thing that happens, it's front page news on these shows. You're going to have to stop watching. I've been telling you before. I watch on occasion because I want to keep updated. But all these shows, I love them, that talk about what happened, but they keep being reactive towards Trump. Oh, Trump made an idiot of himself today. Trump did this, Trump did that. We're going to have to just not give them the audience for that as much because they're overdoing it and amplifying the anxiety. You can watch it if you want, but I mean, I like a good laugh every once in a while, but he's not, and even Governor was with all that stuff. He was getting where it was getting. I mean, Trump deserved it. He's just giving back what Trump gave. But you need to subside, stop it for a little bit, because it was like, okay, yeah, we get it. Okay. Uh, you know what? That's weird. Dakota said 12 children and teens have gone missing in North Dakota since July. Are there any connection between ICE or human traffickers? I feel human traffickers. Most are indigenous. I feel human traffickers. I do. Oh my God. Roxanne said, did you see Hedgehog, whatever his name is, being put out as VP? There's speculation about this in the dark halls of the castle. Be careful. Don't believe everything you hear. Okay. I saw Kim Copeland's video. Very good video. But he is sick, but he's not gone yet. Press conference is going to be pretty spectacular. This press conference, which will happen tomorrow, and I'm telling you that Mossy is demanding those records from Epstein. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Um, Janine says, when will his approval ratings finally go below 40%? He is below 40%. Oh, let me take a quick look, see how the stock market did. It dropped, all red, all of them dropped. The S&P, NASDAQ, Dow Jones. Dow Jones dropped 249 points. Yeah. Hold on. I see Trump at the Resolute desk, his desk. And I see him not being able to get a hold or nobody's calling him back. And it feels like Putin and China and all those people that are having that meeting. By the way, he wasn't invited. And that upsets him. He would have gone if he got invited. He's not getting the respect he deserves anymore. I see him very angry about that. His hands even hurt. His hands hurt. His hands are hurting, maybe because of the Lasix or whatever, but his hands, because I saw him do this on the desk and then I saw it. It's painful. Yeah, and here they make it worse by keeping him undercover as far as having to go and do things, um, for being president. Like he should have been playing golf and he wasn't. Well, they're doing all this stuff to now you see him, now you don't, which makes the energy higher and people coming up with rumors and a bunch of people hoping that he's gone. And you know what I'm saying? It's just get overkill. They don't see the thing is he doesn't want to be seen as weak. So he doesn't want people to know that he's not well. You can't tell them that. Just like we'll find out later, but that whole attempted in Butler, Pennsylvania, all a fraud, all a fraud. That will come out. Somebody said he does have someone that stands in for him at a distance, but not up close. So there is somebody else like Putin has. Oh God, we can't, I just can't wait because they're all going. They are all going. And people are so mad at the Republicans. Johnson's trying hard not to let him get the Epstein thing, and Johnson will not be successful. They will rally against him. This is going to be delicious. In fact, I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene in a big time conversation with Massey. So she's probably, yeah, we probably need to vote him out. Let's get somebody in there that'll give us what we want. Hell to the yeah. Okay, you guys, let's see where else. What time is it? I have time for a couple more questions. Thank you guys for all these questions. There won't be a double to take over over Trump. There's a double that can be seen at a distance, but no, I don't see a double taking over. Trump is the one in charge right now. But like I said, he takes these packs or something like epinephrine that keeps him going. Pam Bondi is MIA. She was, and then she comes back, and then she's gone again. She's getting a lot of heat. Let me tell you, she wanted her brother to be uh, part of the bar association, and they said no. She's going to lose her license. Um, Pam Bondi is a lost cause. Oh, well, Vance pardoned Trump and the whole administration. If he's in there, he will. Interesting. Let's see. Will Stephen Miller be involved and still hold influence in the government? No, no. After Trump is gone, he's out too. I didn't see Trump going in a coma. I see him getting mass. He's got top notch. You can't get better doctors. I even see a doctor flying in from somewhere, probably overseas. He's got top notch doctors that are keeping him alive. It's just amazing. So, don't be caring about who's the next VP because I don't even know if Vance will get in. Listen, if we have uh, a blue house, they have to go through the approval. I mean, maybe he's automatically in there. I'm not quite sure how that works, but I don't see anybody working with him. You know, they order, somebody said Hedgehog is going after Miley, just like Trump was going after, who was he just recently going after? And it doesn't work out because there's a nothing there. Pam Bondi can't find anything. That's why she's out hiding. Who was it? He was just after we were all rolling our eyes. He just keeps trying to be mean and it doesn't work out. What goes around comes around, you guys. So don't worry. And Hedgehog does, he's got a short stick too, trust me. Okay. I don't see a financial collapse like 2008, but I see a good. What's going to happen is probably the Supreme Court's going to save us and say, no, you can't do these taxes. So Supreme Court's actually, believe it or not, even though they go for him all the time, they tell him you can remove money. They tell him you can get rid of people. But constitutionally, he can't do these without the approval of Congress. And what's happening is pretty soon we're going to have a different Congress. So thank you, you guys. People are saying, we missed you. Thank you so much. I would have been on. I could have done yesterday. I got in yesterday, but I couldn't see straight. I was so exhausted. My poor sister was a little under the weather. The first night she had the Mississippi two-step. The second night she had nausea. And so I kind of was awake with her. And then, by the time she got to sleep, it was about 3 a.m. and we had to get up at 5 and get our card to go to the airport. So, okay. All right. So I love you guys. I'll be back on tomorrow with our girl Navia. And who else am I going on with? Oh, my left ear. I met her a while ago. I did a reading with her and I told her you should do YouTube. So she said, okay. Very good psychic. I've posted one of her shows and very nice person. She wrote me to wish me well on my kidneys, which now you guys know I have a cyst on the left kidney. And I'll find out more if there's anything to be done. Right now I'm pain-free. But what I do get is like excessive sitting on a plane and in a car, I'll start getting back pain. But it goes away when you're laying down. So, but what my episodes before was, it didn't matter what I was doing. It was still there. Okay, you guys, I love you all. And I'll catch you on the other side. Cheers.